that you can continue to choose Monet, or you can start a life with me today.
I'm never going against my mother.
So you said I do, but really you don't.
Fuck you!
Fuck yourself, you cunt!
Monet is dead because of you!
Noma's coming for us, you know that, right?
Every time y'all do some shit and leave me out, it gets fucked up!
Carter has something on you, then you need to get something on him.
Davis, we're fucked.
We decide what happens next.
Get the fuck away from me!
What was you thinking, D?
How you gonna get out of this one, brother?
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. We're coming off a crazy episode 9 with Monet, Drew, Diana at the last minute trying to save Kane for Noma, and this ultimately leading to the death of Monet as she tries to save Kane, going out in a blaze of fire. Probably one of the best deaths in the Power universe. And now with that, we got the episode 10 preview, the trailer, and this shit is looking crazy. So in this video, we're gonna be diving into the Tejeda's revenge, going get back at Noma, Anya's possible involvement, but how this also might be their downfall, as we could see Drew, Diana getting surrounded by the police, as well as Kane taking a gunshot. People think this might be the end of him. We gotta break down all the clues and details we see with this. And if you're looking forward to Tariq and the Carter situation, I'm gonna be making a dedicated video on that tomorrow. So as usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and opinions and your final death predictions. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, this trailer opens up and we can see them carrying out Monet's body from where the shooting took place, and of course Drew confirming that she is dead and putting the blame on somebody.
Monet is dead because of you!
Now, we could rightfully assume that he's talking about Kane possibly, as we also hear Kane say in this trailer that every time they make up these plans and schemes without him, shit always goes wrong.
Every time y'all do some shit and leave me out, it gets fucked up!
Which, to be fair, he is right, but they didn't know if he was gonna side with Noma or not, or if he had something to do with Noma and Carter deciding to set up and take out Tariq and Monet with the Russians, and which led to Drew and Diana having to go save them. So with them not knowing what them taking place, they still wanted to keep him out harm's way but get the job done. This unfortunately led to Carter and Noma finding out that Monet and Tariq was still alive, which we could put a lot of blame on Tariq if we're being honest. If he would have just popped Carter, Noma would have never got alerted and they would have still had to drop on her. But my nigga Tariq didn't know about the Zion footage. If niggas start talking about describing a murder that they weren't there for, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about too? How you know this shit? So to be fair to our boy Reek, Carter had more leverage on him that he didn't know about. But of course this leads to Carter calling Noma, alerting her, and she was able to basically kidnap Drew, Kane, Diana, all their cousins and everything like that. So now in the aftermath of Monet having to go save him and dying, we could see in the trailer and hear Diana telling them they're gonna decide what to do next. It's their turn basically.
We decide what happens next.
And our boy Kane has the Dewey on. When he puts this do-rag on, he's out for blood. They about to get it back in blood for real. This leads them to going straight into the lion's den and invading Noma's property or new house, wherever she is located currently. As we can see, they appear to be storming one of Noma's properties or hideouts or something like that. It's possible that Kane will be able to get this location as he was the closest person to her, and we could see them getting in a shootout with her men. So they're gonna be aiming to take her out basically immediately. Now obviously this is where I think everything starts to go wrong. I do think they take out Noma here, and it's because we do hear and see her in the trailer screaming, "Do it." Now, I don't know if that's because someone has her in gunpoint and this is where she dies, or if it happens later on, if it has some involvement with Noma being with Tariq and that gets her to come out in the open or something like that. But I do think they inevitably kill her. They get their revenge. But it's the aftermath that leads to the downfall of the Tejedas and the possible death of Kane from here. Shit is gonna go bad somewhere along the way, as expected, to be honest. They can't just walk into the lion's den and expect to walk out unharmed. But we overhear a conversation between Tariq and Diana where he basically tells her, "What were you thinking, D?"
What was you thinking, D?
And that lets me know that something went wrong immediately. She now needs his help as well. And I think that's where the whole Anya situation might come in, where they reveal the truth to her about Noma, what she's really done, killing Anya's father, that she's in a drug game and everything like that. And that leads her to come in with Tariq and gets Noma to come out in the open. But with all that taking place as well, it looks like this all is leading to this meetup at this little airport place, and shit is going down here. We didn't see Drew and Diana both getting on the ground with their hands up. We see flashing lights as if it's the police. Now, we also do see later that Drew is walking out the elevator with one of these policemen, so it looks like he's gonna get out safe, unharmed from whatever happened. But Diana, on the other hand, we hear her screaming Kane's name as we can see Kane get shot in the arm. Now, a lot of people are suspecting that he's gonna crash out for his revenge. A lot of people is comparing this to Kanan. As we know, Kanan, without shooting all the cops, he said he wasn't going back to jail. They feel like a similar circumstance is gonna happen with Kane, where he wants to get revenge for Monet so bad that when the cops come, he's not gonna surrender. He's gonna continuously try to take out Noma, and they might take him out in the process. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if he dies this episode, but it would be crazy to kill him and Monet in back-to-back episodes. Like, it would be the wildest shit ever. But I'm not gonna take it off the table because the last episode definitely shocked me. Now, something that I want to point out to give my prediction of how it ends for the Tejedas based off everything I just explained, we also got an interview from Latoya, the actor that plays Diana, probably like 2-3 months ago at this point, where she was talking about the ending, and she said it was left open-ended to her, in her opinion, so that if they ever wanted to bring it back, they could.
They kind of wrote it to where it's a little open-ended to me. If they decided to bring it back, they could.
Now, with her saying this and seeing how things took place up to this point, I initially thought that her and Tariq, she was probably still going to be pregnant. They were going to have the baby, and maybe in 3, 4, 5 years, if they decide they wanted to bring it back with their kid and everything like that, then they were able to do it. But with that storyline dead in the water and with how things are unfolding at this point, I think it's more than likely that Kane possibly takes the fall for every single thing and just goes to jail, kind of how Lorenzo did and was early on in the seasons of Book Ghost. He was in a jail, took the fall for his family, and was able to let them continue to do whatever. And I think that will give Drew and Diana the chance to continue on it with their life and be what they want. And that's maybe why we do see that Drew is good, he's safe, walking with the cop, he's free to go. I don't know if Kane really dies in this episode, but with him shooting at the cops, I don't see how he doesn't at the very least get arrested, and that kind of makes the most sense to me in my opinion. With this being the last season of Book Ghost, and with it already been announced that the next season is the last one of Book Force, a lot of people talk about those shows possibly taking a few characters from here, a few characters from there, and combining. That is definitely still on the table, and when you talk about it or think about it like that, then you kind of could see why certain characters will stay alive. I was like Tariq or Diana for the future if they ever were to have a baby again, shit like that. And Kane going to jail, this keeps him around in a way that if they do ever do a spin-off, he at least still get some screen time in a cool, fun way, especially if Tariq and Diana have a baby, like I think they eventually will way later down the line again, of course. But I don't know, when you think about it like that, everyone is expecting more spin-offs to come down the pipeline, and with so much going into this last and final episode based off what we can see in the teaser. I don't see how they wrap everything up in this one episode unless that bitch like 2, 3, 4 hours long. Like, I'm no funny shit. I don't see how they would be able to do it unless they have more plans for the future. Once again, power never ends. Overall though, that's it for this video. You give me your thoughts and opinions on everything down below. Their Tejedas and their revenge. Do you think they get it? I think everyone believes they're gonna get Noma in this episode. There's no reason to have her survive any longer, but especially give me your thoughts on Kane. A lot of people seem to think he's gonna die, even though he only got hit in the shoulder. A lot of people think this is gonna be his end, how it parallels to Kane and everything like that. Once again, if they're gonna continue this at any point in the future, I think it makes sense to just put him in jail and have his character there just for the opportunity for him to come back in any way, shape, or form. Something interesting I didn't point out is that Effie's actor said she didn't really like her character's ending, and I didn't know if that was going to tie in with Kane's ending. We're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. Maybe she just leaves for Stanford once Noma is gone, and maybe the actor that plays Effie, Alex, didn't just like that ending for whatever reason. I don't know. That's just something to keep an eye on. I've been looking forward to seeing her ending ever since she said that. But as usual, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any other videos you want to see before the last and final episode of Power Book 2 goes. But I'm out.